Sure, sure. After we're done with this, you'll give me a number of exchange numbers so we could do that. That would be great. Thank you.
There's a bunch of nucleus of really hardcore orienteers.
But that's good. You know, you learn how to do that. I mean, I have some basic skills, you know, but it's better to learn. It's, you know.
I mean, the ones that do it competitively, they're running on the trail. Right?
Yeah, they're running on it, yeah. There is a group that I belong to that's down in Rockland and Orange County area called New York Survivors. And all their events are based around surviving, building a fire, building a shelter. The only thing that they don't do is mapping and orientating. And I always keep telling them, why don't you do that? Well, they don't want to be, they're afraid that somebody's going to get lost. Well, that's the whole reason why people have cell phones now. You know, you can still have that because the area that you could do it in, you can have it where there is cell phone service. And, you know, maybe like teach people, put them out in the woods with no trails and have them try to figure out how to get back. You know, that's an important skill.
Yeah, I did that in the Boy Scouts and all that. You know, it's amazing that when you're doing orientation, think about it. And actually, I got on the one Rural Lake State Park. By the way, it's in a section towards the Hudson River. It's a beautiful area. It's not around the lake.
What county is that in? Oh, okay, I'm up in Saratoga. So it's north of the city of Saratoga Springs, right?
Yes.
All right.
It's in between Saratoga and it's one of the exits off the Northway.
I go biking up there at Graphite Mine. I don't know if you know where Daniels Road is.
What's it called?
Daniels Road. Daniels Road, there's a Daniels Road Forest, which is a state forest, where you could hike or bike. And then there's another one called Graphite Mine. And that's a really nice trail to hike or bike. And then there's one, if you know where Boston Spa is, in the town of Wilton, there's a place called Woods Hollow Preserve. That's nice too. We went there this past Friday for riding with our bikes. Oh, it was so good. Well, you can hike and bike. You could do one or the other, or a combination of the two. That's what we actually did. We rode a certain part of it, and then the other part of it was unrideable, so you had to actually walk it. So it was really nice. White. These are more pink.
Oh, yeah.
What are you calling these little fellas here?
Those are hepatica as well.
Hepatica.
Yeah, that model.
Whoa.
Right
There go some turkey vultures.
Now I see it behind
further
it.
back, that's Stratton.
Stratton.
Yep.
Okay, so that's for inner.
Nice
That's
view of them up here.
towards the north. I always want to think that's north when I'm up here, but it's
But that's Stratton Air Force Base is the Air Force itself is the international flight. What is it for?
oh yeah, that's where they take planes down to Antarctica. They fly out of.
Way up here?
Yeah.
That's Ultima's Fair, right?
Yes.
That's the fairgrounds
Yeah.
there and the village. You can see the one church steeple there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's Altamont Orchards.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, this is Route 156. And the one that you see curling that's Brandel Mac property. It starts up by Hang Glider, comes all the way down to 156, and then includes that box between Brandel and 156. It would create a wildlife corridor, and it would protect that side of Altamont, which would be amazing if they pull that off. It really, Brandel is that road, that big sharp angle there, and it goes right in past the fairgrounds and ends in Altamont. All the way out to 156, and we'd be down into, the village, come through the fairgrounds. But this property here is owned by Newton Walker, and his son owns the undeveloped stuff to the right of it. And you could actually see it if you look very closely. You can see the Wildwoods turnabout there.
Yes.
Look just this side of it. You see that little faint?
Yes, I see it.
That's an old driveway that he built to access that property over there. Son has decided not to build, but when we approached Newton says you can use that old road to get past Wildwood so we wouldn't have the Wildwood problem, and his son said no. So we thought we had it. So we're at a bit of a standstill there, or we'd be done. We're also looking at one way down into the village over this side, and we had maybe a breakthrough this week. Andrea Kelsey, her name is. She's a lawyer. She's elderly, divorced, and owns several properties, and the big one's undeveloped, 17 acres inside the village. And we got a contact this week that says she might be willing to allow you to go down through there, which would be fantastic. Come right into the village. So we've got those two options. Currently, and this is a question that came up before, we saw some blazes on Helderberg Ave and all that. Currently, we come down to Leesom, out Leesom to 156, down 156 to Helderberg, and then down into the village that way. We don't want that. That's a 55-mile-an-hour road. It's curvy, just not great walking. And the New York-New Jersey Trail Conference will add miles of off-road walking to eliminate a mile of on-road walking. Matter of fact, they just added like 15 miles down in Rockland or Orange County to lose a mile and a half or 2 miles of road. But it's off-road now, and that's what people want. You're not doing a long path to walk along roads. And if you're walking 350 miles, what's the difference between that and 360 miles? Right? So at Hang Glider over here, though, there's a plaque in the rock there, a homemade one, little bit more open there, but you don't get the views to the east so much.
Funny thing about Lisa, if you Google Maps to get to High Point Trail, they have you get to Lisa, and there was no way I could convince it to get to Old Trail.
Really?
It's just always back to Lisa.
Another year, and we'll really probably have it settled. You know? We hope. That's the old depot there on Depot Road in Guilderland Center. If you look to the left of it, you can see Guilderland High School. But if you look on this side of it, you can see a housing development. And that's what we don't want filling in between there and here. Or else, and that's Historic Altamont's mission, to try to create this Helderberg Greenway. And as I said, we got about 70% of it already, so we got to only fill in a few more. That will also create a loop around the village, which we will then fill with walking trails. Imagine a loop, you have a loop around the Altamont. Yeah.
And it would be great to preserve this, because look at this. This is mostly, it's what, 70% woods?
And yeah, you don't want to look down at housing development, and at the same time, you don't want to look up here and see houses along the road. You know?
But this is owned by Thacher, right?
This is all state. There's another angle over here.
The sun is beginning to
It's a little bit more daring, but walk through.
Mm-hmm.
That was done over this block.
Now, directly below us is Rick Perietti's place. You can see his pond. You can't see the house. All the old mansions along here were built in the 1800s. We had train service back then, and the rich politicians at the end of the day would take the train to Altamont and then the carriage up to their summer homes, which did not have air conditioning back then, but the cool Helderberg breeze and the airflow up the valley is why would they, and then in the morning back on the train and back downtown they would go. So Rick bought this place, and he spent 25 years turning it back to what it was, down to having to order special wallpapers from California, and there's like 8 different layers to get it all right. And we have old photographs from the way it was originally, but it's completely recreated, and it's put the house back the way it was, except for the dumbwaiter, which became his place to run all his lines and water and heating and stuff. So he lost the dumbwaiter, but got himself a corridor for his utility.
The one there near the round pond. Round one.
That's the main road.
What's that? Oh, no, you can't see it. You see the pond down here
Yes, that I see.
on this side of Lisa Lane.
Oh, okay.
And there's a house.
I can't see that.
And for years, when this was private property, I know Rick, and I'd park in his driveway, and I'd come up this, and it's all loose shale and everything. It was nasty. And there's still a fight over where the property line is up here. Is it at the base of the cliff or at the top of the cliff? But
This is Rick. What's his last name?
Rick Perietti. But it was Jeff Thomas that was going to build the houses through here. Imagine if there's were McMansions up here. What? Okay, there's Sydney there. You barely can see it. And downtown Albany over there, you can see the Corning Tower.
Oh yeah, the Corning Tower, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it.
On a clear day, you can see Greylock in Massachusetts, and of course up through Vermont. You got New York, so there's 3 states right there. And you can see some orchards over here and some orchards over here. That's Altamont orchards. Indian Ladder orchards are over that way. And they used to lifeguard there. And they're all for the trail, except when the kids are there, which you can understand. They don't, people walking through, you know, parents are paying money to send your kids there, and they're strangers walking through the parking lot. So
Anymore.
yeah, and we thought we had it with Newton Walker's property over here, but then the son, who doesn't care to build the house, said, no, you can't use a driveway I'm never going to use. So that was a shame. We lost that, but.
A lot of careful negotiation.
Yes, we have a guy that's great at it. We just provide him the contacts, and he's done a lot of Steve Seagard. He lives over in Clarksville.
I've been trying to get it to go throughout my lawn, but it just won't do it.
Yeah. Got patches that are solid going on.
That sounds fun.
Yes, it was
Don't have to mow it.
awesome.
It smells wonderful as well.
It wasn't that dramatic on it. It was
The bird path is right over here that heads over to Hang Glider. If you go down about a quarter of a mile, if you get to a spot where there's a little sag and a post, a property post, you've gone too far. You come back about 50 yards and go in, away from the ledges, and there's a massive cave there. You can go way, way, way back in. You've passed by it many times.
But we just took the little path.
You can't see it from the path.
Yeah.
And if you look real closely, you can see it's trodden just a little, but not really a path there. But that's where that is. That definitely is used by animals in the winter, because I've gone in there and boy, it smells like urine. It's nasty in there.
Yeah, I'll bet. Woo.
But unfortunately, we don't have time for all that. How's our timing, by the way? How are we doing?
Okay, it is 11:10.
Okay. I think we'll still have time to go to Flat Rock. We should have time for that. That's only a 10-minute extra for the last real ledge of the Heldenberg Escarpment here on the way out. It's a very short diversion, worth it. There's a nice bronze plaque there too.
All my hikes through here. But this,
It's amazing how
to learn all these little spots.
and you think you've been there, done that, and done it all, and there's one more.
Does anybody want to ditch a jacket? I'll be glad to carry them.
No.
It's gonna be cold when I get out of the car, but I'm feeling great.
Well, don't judge by now since the sun's on us.
Right.
I know, it'll change
Yeah,
in 10 minutes
get
and it'll be
back
like,
here.
oh, it's cool.
I'm very warm-blooded, so
That's the short pants.
Yes. That seems a little lightly dressed for me.
I'm sweaty.
Well, how heavy is your pack?
It doesn't look like.
No,
You
Well, I
got
got-
what,
there's
25, 30 pounds there?
Oh, probably not that much, but my camera's
Come
in
on,
there.
I'm trying to work with me here.
20 pounds, 25 pounds. I mean, there's the camera, I got water, I got a jacket, I got a hat, I got gloves, I got space blankets.
First aid.
Few basic things. I don't really carry much on a trip like this because, you know.
Once they're over the edge, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Take a photo.
That's what you're gonna do.
Did you read the meditation discussion at the Great Flats on Mike? There was somebody on that, like Roy Keats, had a discussion on meditation versus now.
Uh-huh.
It's
Right, so we
very,
keep-
very important.
Should we
Yep.
keep it moving? Is
Yeah,
that the plan?
let's
Okay.
keep moving.
We just got, you know, take a nap, technically.
Here's the old double track, the road, and there's the herd path. If you go down that herd path 300-400 yards and cut into your right, there's a big cave there, and you go way back in it.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out next time I'm up with my hiking
Mhm.
group and say, hey,
Let it air out though after. Bring the nose plug.
You can see these cross-checking crevasses here. On it, there's a name for that. Wind preserve. They have.
Mhm.
It's a straight ledge.
Oh, well, we can't leave it. We gotta do it.
was asking about Camp Lovejoy. This is Camp Lovejoy right here. And if you go out Old State Road, you can see that road right there. That's Lovejoy Road. But this is the, you know, you can see Old State, the hairpin turn there. This is sort of the last of the escarpment. There's a little bit at Limestone Rise, and there's some at the Wind Preserve. But this is the last real.
Can you get all of us in?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Turn around, come on, get in here.
And I'll be 70 a year in September.
Okay, well, start letting your hair grow now, so that if it was 70 for our birthday, we're gonna get cut and dye hair.
Out in here once.
Well, come on.
It's sort of like this fuzzy. I
Yeah?
don't think anybody would want it.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
We're not straight on with the runway now. We're above the water tower to the right. Industrial park there to the right. Up there, you can see. There's Altamont Orchard. You can see it quite well. Right there.
Step a bit closer.
I just don't want to lose my hat.
Well, at least it'll go that way, not that way.
In the winter, sometimes this is a sheet of ice up there. Whipple, famous Altamont guy.
Campfire.
I usually just move that stuff around.
Yeah, not today.
Not much wind.